December 2008. A young Coastward sits eagerly by the Christmas tree, awaiting his anticipated video game present. He hopes it's something good, because he's still been recovering from 300 March to Glory on the PSP. But there it is, shining under the tree, in a rectangular box you all know too well. The sight of it excites Coastward, and he gets impatient. But that oh-so-fateful time finally arrives. He quickly opens the present as if it was nothing, and beneath all the Christmas paper lies something unforgettable.
Tis the season to be jolly, and what better way to celebrate it than to play a game from Rare's classic franchise. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Convinced. Since the holiday season has rolled around, I thought it would be the perfect time to play one of the most memorable games that I got for Christmas, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. When I say memorable, I don't necessarily mean it in a bad way, because I personally think Nuts and Bolts is a great game. I know there was a huge negative reaction due to a game like Banjo-Kazooie having cars in it, but I think all of that nonsense never really gave the game a chance. Although the game isn't quite like its notorious predecessors when it comes to gameplay and popularity, here's why you should play Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was released on December 11, 2008 in North America by Rare, the geniuses behind the likes of Donkey Kong Country, Perfect Dark, and of course, Banjo-Kazooie. Most notable for the gameplay revolving around the use of vehicles to progress through the game, it's widely considered to be the blunder of the Banjo-Kazooie franchise. Think of it like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. Ugh. Nuts and Bolts takes place 8 years subsequent to the events of Banjo-Tooie, where Banjo and Kazooie have left their adventuring to play video games and eat pizza after obliterating Gruntilda, leaving only her head. The duo is about to square off with Gruntilda after learning that she plans on taking revenge when they are abruptly stopped by possibly the worst designed character ever, the Lord of Games. The Lord of Games, or Log, decides that these two should settle the last fight on his terms and brings them to Showdown Town. Log then starts a contest stating that whoever wins claims ownership of Spiral Mountain. Banjo and Kazooie must win by completing Log's challenges, while Gruntilda just has to stop them from completing those challenges.
What separates this game from Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie is that it's all based around the use of vehicles.
Unlike the traditional Nintendo 64 titles, Nuts and Bolts relies on creating and using these vehicles to travel throughout the game and use them to complete missions scattered across 6 different worlds. These missions all range from completing in races to fetch quests, etc, etc. In classic Banjo-Kazooie fashion, each completed mission awards you with a Jiggy, but you must do it within a certain amount of time or else you'll only be rewarded with notes. You can also be awarded TT trophies if you manage to be fast enough. Netting these gives you bonus Jiggies when you collect a certain amount of them.
The game offers so many things that a player can do in the game that I feel like I could go on forever with this stuff.
Nuts and Bolts includes way more collectibles unlike the N64 titles. Along with collecting every single note for each level, there are also these collectible mumbo crates that award you with vehicle parts that can help you complete each mission with ease. You can also rescue all the Jinjo, as well as playing a minigame that rewards you for doing so, giving you extra notes or vehicle parts. The infamous stop and swap feature makes a return as well, but unfortunately you need to own Banjo-Kazooie on the Xbox Live Arcade for this to work, so I couldn't mess around with it. Thanks, Microsoft!
The game is so entertaining because you start to become obsessed with finding all of these things around the world. There's so much depth to it.
Speaking of the world, every level looks fantastic. The scenery looks so detailed and colorful, it makes the game feel like a Banjo-Kazooie game still. The character models aren't exactly on the same level, but it's nothing that makes me want to stop playing the game. If anything, it just adds a new look to the series. The music also gives off that strong, nostalgic feeling and was really pleasant to listen to, especially the Banjoland music.
But what really makes the game so fun and challenging is what a lot of people hated about the game, the vehicles.
Like I mentioned already, Nuts and Bolts utilizes these vehicles for players to use throughout each level. You're given a trolley-like vehicle as a default choice, but you're able to customize and create any kind of vehicle to your choosing.
It's almost kind of like Pimp My Ride.
Hi, my name is I live in Yaroshin in Poland. And this is my ride.
My story stops here.
Whether it be an airplane, a boat, a race car, the possibilities are endless with what you choose to ride around in. The fun part comes with creating these vehicles, but the challenging part comes with using them to complete missions. Most missions that are given to you let you control any vehicle you desire, but some force you to use ones that are catered to the mission. So creating vehicles that are specifically aimed towards completing these challenges as fast as possible add a lot of creativity to the game. I was doing a mission where I had to knock a certain amount of dominoes over, and the game told me to use a heavy vehicle to do it, but it wasn't working as well as I thought. So I made my own exploding chopper and blew those bitches up. And might I add, you aren't exactly restricted to these vehicles. You can still explore levels as Banjo and Kazooie. You're able to jump, swim, climb poles and ledges, and you have a magic wrench that lets you pick up objects and attack enemies. It's not like the vehicles completely stripped Banjo-Kazooie of their classic platforming formula, it just added layers onto it, and I never really understood why people disliked it. The possibilities are endless when it comes to how you choose to play the game, and that's what I most liked about it.
But I think this is where I'm gonna stop. Nuts and Bolts is a game that unfortunately was looked over due to it being part of such a popular franchise that even the slightest change made the fans hate it. I feel as if you were to take away the Banjo-Kazooie in the title, this game would probably be looked at as more of a solid game. I still think it is a solid game, and you should too. It's a great game that has wonderful design and awesome gameplay and mechanics, irreplaceable comedy, and beautiful visuals. I can assure you that once you play this game, you will get the same feeling you got when you first played Banjo-Kazooie for the first time on Nintendo 64. But I hope you play the game for yourself and experience the same things that I experienced when I played it. Maybe it's me just being nostalgic or I'm just too much of a Banjo fan, but honestly, this game is great. But with that, I'm Coastward, and I'll see you guys later. Wait, no. Merry Christmas. Or Hanukkah. Because, yeah.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Thank you so much for watching the video. It means a lot to me. I feel like I say this a lot, but it's true. I really appreciate you guys watching so much and giving me support over the past few months. Honestly, it just means the world to me. But with that, that was my Banjo video. I hope you liked it. It was really fun to make. Playing this game is just always it's just a fun time. But if you can, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, all of that stuff. Share with your friends. Tell them why Banjo is the greatest game of all time. But you can also check out my other videos. I did a K-On! Video, which is probably one of my favorite videos I've done so far. And whatever other video I decide to put, I don't remember the videos I make anymore. But yeah, check that out. Tell me what you think. And happy holidays. I think I said that already. But I'll see you guys in 2016 where I make more shitty videos. Okay, I'll see you guys later.